Oh man, week 2. Here we go. As
Was that
one
a Dak reference?
as one Dakota Ray Prescott would say. Oh, hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and NBs. It's CJ and Corey, and this is boys, birds and the boys. I almost had it. Oh
Almost,
man, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna
but
get it.
almost doesn't count.
It almost does not count, but hey, we here regardless. Hey everybody, glad to be back for week 2 of the NFL season. Me and Corey are excited to chat about things here. I'm gonna adjust my camera there real quick. Corey and me are excited to talk about all the things that happened this week, which was it was kind of a crazy week, Corey. I mean,
A very crazy week. I ain't
not
gonna lie.
not gonna lie, I a lot of the games just they they were Lions got 52 onto the Bears, which isn't necessarily surprising, but like just watching the game, I was expecting so much more. And then you go look on fantasy, and Romeo Dunze's got like 1,000 points.
I don't want to mention fantasy because why did I bench Amon-Ra St. Brown, bro? And then you decide to go absolutely stupid,
I didn't really even go stupid, bro. You see how many people on my bench that went off, and
bro.
it was crazy. It was a bad week
Mine
for me.
too. I don't want to talk about it. For like, I'm currently though in my DMs trolling a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I believe,
Uh
and I'm
oh.
looking for this one photo of Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts that I'm gonna just keep spamming him so he'll shut up. But hold on, let me see. I gotta find. It's one of my favorite ones. It's
Uh,
the one I always put in the chat where it looks like they at the like at the door in the Ring doorbell.
oh yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, when I find that mug, I'm gonna spam it.
Hey, well, as you do that, I would like to say this week was a good one for obviously our two teams. We both came out with the dub. Can't say the same for everybody else in the NFC East. I believe everyone lost, right? The Commanders lost too, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no. They. Oh, yeah, they did
They
lose.
lost.
They
They
did
lost to the
lose.
Packers on Thursday. Which that I'm still pretty sour about Mr. Michael Parsons just being an absolute beast.
He
Like
looked
we
good
know,
too.
like we knew
He
he was
looked
going
good.
to. Like we knew he was
He,
going to, bro. Like it is what it is. I'm gonna say this every single week, every time, and then we're gonna play him in 2 weeks, and I'm just gonna be depressed because he's just probably gonna destroy the game for us, and nothing we can do about it except for
boy, that
cry.
first sack in the Cowboys game is gonna hit like crack in the '80s, brother.
It's
I'm
gonna
telling you
hurt.
right now.
It's gonna hurt. Actually,
The crowd is gonna erupt.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know necessarily if they're gonna let him sack him. I almost bet you that they're gonna double team him so much that like
No,
everyone else will get a sack. Everyone else
he'll
will get a
get
sack for the
his.
Bears. I
No,
don't
he'll
know,
get
man.
his.
I don't
Come
know.
on, man. The NFL gods will do what they're
I
supposed to do.
I
He will get
love
his sack.
I love Micah, and I'll never say a lot of bad things about him. The one bad thing I'll say about him though is he is susceptible to a good double team. All right,
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
so I have a very clear understanding of how Clayton Adams is probably going to try to block specifically him, and it's going to be a lot of double teams. And ever again, Lucas Van Ness probably going to Edrin Cooper probably going off, but Michael
Michael gonna
Parsons
get one. He gonna get one
he
on a
gonna
scramble.
get
It's gonna
pressure.
be on a scramble. Nah, it's gonna be on a scramble. It's gonna be one of them like Dak steps up and rolls out, and he
Dak don't
paused,
step
but he
up
get him
like
from the
that.
back.
That don't step
A
up like
quick
that.
step up and out. Sometimes he'll like
Yeah, yeah.
step up and out, a little
We'll
quick in
see.
and out.
We'll see. But hey, going into some of the big, games and whatnot. Obviously, as we just talked about, Commanders lost to the Packers on Thursday. Bengals, y'all won, but at what cost? At what cost do you win,
Turf toe on it there.
bro? I can't tell you the last time I heard Turf Toe taking the QB out for
A QB
three
is a little
months.
crazy. I'm not
For
gonna lie.
yeah, a QB is crazy for 3 months. That's insane. Hey, it happens. What can you say, Joe? You starting to look a little bit like some of your predecessors in the past who really high expectation, but them
Well, they
injuries.
haven't like. I mean, the injuries is crazy, and for
Hmm.
the Bengals, I will say this. You know what I'm saying? The Bengals haven't prioritized offensive line for him. So like protection wise, it's not great. Like he can obviously throw the football, but protection wise, it's not great. And I think we're in an era of quarterbacks extending the play,
Hmm.
and I think it's gonna lead to more injuries from quarterbacks because quarterbacks are gonna take more hits on in the effort to extend plays. Where like back in the day, I feel like the quarterbacks at the time they were just like 3, 4, 5 steps in first read, second read, throw the ball away.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson kind of get out of bounds or whatever. But even
Yeah.
Russ now is trying to he'll run and try to take on a hit and then immediately fumble. Russ, get back to sliding or getting out of bounds, brother.
That fumble was crazy. We'll talk about it in a bit, but
He does that
that
all the
fumble was
time.
crazy, bro. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say. I feel like when you beg your team to pay your top two wide receivers in the offseason, in which they pay their top edge rusher, essentially top of the league money, what can you say, man? Like
That's true.
somebody ain't getting the cut, and unfortunately that's the offensive line. What I will be very critical about when it comes to the Bengals is why have they not hit on draft picks for offensive line yet, right? You've had Joe Burrow for 4 or 5 years. What's his fifth year? Sixth
I
year?
think this might be his fifth or sixth.
So you got him for at
You
least
had him for
half a
some time.
decade, and you can't draft offensive line well between that? I mean, I get you have to fill out and get receiver. You did that basically the same year. You got Burrow. So it's like,
You need
what you
Stoutland, man. You need
what you
Jeff
doing?
Stoutland.
It's
That's what
crazy,
you
man.
need.
You
Stout
need
University, man. You
you
need
need a
Jeff
little bit more.
Stoutland.
You need a little bit more. As one Kendrick Lamar would say, it's
It's
not
not
enough.
enough.
It's not enough. And as we talk about LA real quick, let's talk about the Rams, bro. Hey, what I tell
Hey, the
you at the
Rams look
beginning of the year,
good, man.
I told you them Rams devastating, bro. They gonna make
No,
a move this year.
they look good. But here's what I will say with the Rams too, though. Don't they look good every year?
Prospectively, not as good in defense as they look this year, though.
That's true.
I
I'll give
think
you
that this
that.
year, especially off of the last 2 years without, the Hall of Famer, um, in the middle, I didn't know their defense was gonna bounce back this quickly, and I'm impressed. As a Cowboy fan, as we just lost Michael Parsons, I'm kind of like, man, if we could bounce back on a defense like that, that's awesome. So that's where
I
I'm
think
kind of like, it feels different.
the Rams and there was a point in that game where I was like, oh, the Titans kind of look a little nice,
That pass from Ken Ward on that
which
touchdown,
is yeah, that was a
insane.
crazy pass.
That coach, he got to the sideline. You know that coach said, "Don't you ever fucking do that
Ever,
again."
hey, he said, great job, great pass. Don't ever throw that pass again.
Hell, you
That's
do you
exactly
practice
what he
that throw?
said.
Do you practice that
When
throw?
have you ever practiced that throw? Huh?
Hell no,
When's the
bro.
last time you did that? But I think sometimes that's where you get them special players to do special things.
hmm
But again, you can't get too high on that
hmm
because then you get them Pat Mahomes and okay, Pat Mahomes did one sidearm, no look, and then he did another one, and then it became he's the no look person,
Yeah,
and he ain't hit them no looks no more. Them mugs be
that's
getting
not
kick
the high
tipped or
frequency. He does every once in a while. Like he had a scramble where he flipped it over two linebackers on y'all's team, and it was a completion for a first down. And I was like,
no.
he only
I
gets
mean
one of those
he's
a
still gonna
game.
exactly
Yeah,
maybe a game,
yeah,
maybe one every 3 games or something like
yeah.
that. But you Cam, don't get caught up in that, man. Just keep playing good ball. But the Rams do look good. I will say that the NFC this year is looking a little scary. You got the Rams. Now I don't know, man.
The
The
49ers
Buccaneers,
sneakily 2-0.
Buccaneers. But who are the 49ers played? Let me see.
Buccaneers is serious, but also the
No, that's what I'm
49ers
saying. But
sneakily
they beat the
2.20.
Seahawks and they beat the Saints, and they squeaked by both of them.
Hey, the Seahawks beat the brakes off of the Steelers. So I don't know how. Hey, the Seahawks might be pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe in the Seahawks
And
yet.
also, hey, Kyle Shanahan for his entire like last few years has talked about having a QB like Mac Jones. He had it in Brock Purdy, and now he got Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like he might
Nah,
come
I
back
need
player
one
of the
more.
year, low key.
I need one more because like you have anytime you have the first 2 games. This is why I like to wait till week 3 till
Sure.
I get commentary for most things.
Yeah.
Because week 1 you can see something in week 2 be completely opposite, right? Like for instance, there's no disrespect to the Cowboys, but week 1 I thought, hey, Eberflus is cooking, and I was watching the tape and it looked like he was cooking.
I
Now,
got something to say
granted,
about that.
I watched this week and I'm like, why are the Cowboys getting beat deep every play?
I'll tell you. I got a very
We'll
simple
get to that, but I'm
explanation.
just
Yeah.
saying I'm using that as an example of sometimes what happens one week and then week two can be completely different.
Yeah.
I want to see by week three I get a little bit of like your week one performance was not really your performance,
Yeah.
or your week two performance was an aberration, but you look like this. So I with the Seahawks
With the
losing
Colts,
to the 49ers. And then now let me tell you something, bro. The Colts
Colts
is,
look cold, bro.
hey man, it's the Giants because Daniel Jones looking like Daniel
Daniel
Jones looking
Jones looked like a
reborn,
legit
boy.
QB,
He
dog. He looked
looking
like a
he
franchise
looking
QB out there,
he
dog.
looking reborn,
I,
boy.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. He started throwing some shit. I'm like, I ain't
Daniel
never
Jones
seen yo
looking
do
nice,
that shit
dog.
before.
No,
I ain't
I'm
never
telling you
seen you do
right
that shit.
now. I'll rewatch that game today. Daniel Jones looking nice, dog.
Yeah.
He looking nice. I think he got the most pass yards right now.
Uh, it's either him or Dak. I think Dak's third actually. So it's him
Let me look.
or honestly Russ might because Russ had like damn near
Yeah,
450.
that he had like 500 that damn game. That was crazy. Hold on. NFL passing leaders
Yeah, Russ had 450.
2025.
Crazy.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Russ because of that game is
Yeah.
at 618. Daniel Jones is at 588. Justin Herbert's at 560. Jared Goff is at 559. Dak Prescott's at 549.
Oh, okay, so he's fifth.
And
I knew he was top five.
and
Jalen Hurts.
my guy Jalen Hurts, the Super Bowl MVP,
He's in the top
is
10. That
sitting
actually kind of surprises me. I'm not gonna lie.
is sitting at a whopping 253 yards.
So
Gotta
he,
love it.
so he's definitely not top five then.
No. I mean, the people below, not in passing right now, but the people below him are Justin Fields, Jake Browning, Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. You should just come out with the actual headline. He's at 31 in the league, dog. That's crazy. I mean, kudos to y'all because y'all went into the. I mean, like that's
For pass yards,
yeah. Like yeah, he's 31 pass yards.
where's
Um,
Joe? Where's Joey?
Joe Burrow or Joe Flacco?
Mm-hmm. Joe Burrow.
Well, Joe Burrow got hurt.
I mean, he's got 9 less attempts, bro.
I mean,
9 less
I
attempts.
give you that. I give you that. But he also is Joe Burrow. He's not as efficient as he was 5 years ago. That's just
All I'm
kind of how he
saying
plays now.
is, people mad at Jalen Hurts, but Joey B is got less yards and only 9 less attempts.
All right, and with
So
that same mentality, I think was it. How many does Jake Browning have? Jake Browning has 32 attempts in one game.
that's
32
crazy.
attempts?
That boy
What?
was slinging.
He came
Bro,
in
this is
halftime.
no. But here's my point. Here's my point, and this is what I say about the whole Jalen Hurts conversation. Here's my
Uh-huh.
point to that. Joe Burrow, he's a great quarterback, and I don't want to take that away from Joe because Joe is that
Sure.
guy. You will not
Yeah.
hear me talk. Hell, you hear me talk well about Dak Prescott.
Oh yeah.
But when you are throwing the ball 40 times a game, you're either going to be good or you're going to be ass. And if you're ass, you're going to get put on the bench. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get
We're
you.
not doing that. The Eagles are not doing that. So when people are like, he can't throw the ball. No, he can throw the ball. But that's not our game. We want to bleed clock, minimize the amount of time that you have the ball, and we don't want to turn the ball over. That is Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, Eagles football right now. That
I'll
was
tell
the
you this.
formula that won us the Super Bowl, and so I think they're trying to just replicate that.
Here's my interpretation on where y'all at right now. You just have a gamer at QB. Just straight up. You have probably the top gamer in all of football right now, outside of probably, in my opinion, Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield is a hell of a gamer because that game.
Yeah, no, Baker's cold, man.
He just willed that team to win that game, bro, and they should not have won. Like, not the way that they did, at least. And I think when you have a person like that, it doesn't matter what ratio it is on passing and rushing. Y'all being productive and you winning the game, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
I mean, he's top 10 QBR right now, too.
yeah, like that's to me, it don't matter if you passing 20 or you passing 30 or 40. Did you win the game? If you didn't, then
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't
Look
matter.
at Russ, bro.
Yeah.
Russ just threw for 500 of them things
Yeah, and
and
lost
caught
that
an
shit.
L.
Lots of shit. He threw for 500 and it took one motherfucking interception to end the game for him. Like
The dumbest throw too.
that game.
The
He threw that
dumbest
shit up.
throw.
As soon as he threw that shit up, I was like, "Oh, that's ball game."
What is he doing, bro? The
The
dumbest.
commentators too. I can't remember who was on that game, but they said that as soon as he threw that ball, they all were both like, "Uh oh." I was like, "Damn, that's
Yeah,
cold,
nah.
bro. You live and die
That's
by the moon
just
ball, Russ. You can't be doing that shit, man. Come on now." Um,
that's disgusting.
but hey, so yeah, I'm impressed overall in the league. There's a lot of injuries. A lot of QBs going down. JJ McCarthy might be out for the rest of the season, which I don't know if that's real or if they just try to hide his ass because he's not ready to be out there.
Nah.
He looked hurt.
I
I
mean, he look.
guess he
Let's
was throwing
see. I
hurt.
don't think that's the thing.
What you think it
Damn.
is?
I don't know. I just
Two
they
interceptions,
put up.
50% on completions, 158 yards total. Ain't it, dog? It ain't it. Straight
That's
up.
true. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Um,
Shout out my boy
Dang,
Sam
they
Darnold.
put Aaron Jones on I in on IR.
Yeah, he got hurt too. He old, bro. I'm telling you, this is his last year.
Yes.
This is last year for sure. Yeah. Um. So yeah, shout out to what I would consider to be a good week of football. I wish that we would not have as many injuries. You know, Jets lost Justin Fields. He may be out for a while. Uh, I don't even know what's going on with Kyler Murray. I heard he's got a little something going on too. Um. But yeah, now getting to where we are. It's gonna be a little shorter episode. We're gonna talk more about the Cowboys and the Eagles today.
Yes,
Corey, we
sir.
got to a bit of a argument yesterday, and
I got.
we want to have it out. We want to be transparent to the people and have this conversation because here's my interpretation. And Corey, you know, I'm gonna say my piece, and this is your team, so I'm gonna let you finish. But like,
All right. Go ahead.
here's how this goes on. So the Eagles and the Chiefs play. And, you know, the Eagles do what the Eagles do. They do the tush push throughout the game. 7
Yep.
times throughout the game. Now, I have gone back and reviewed the footage. And I can tell you I'm confirmed at least 3 of the snaps were false snaps on the Eagles side. Granted, about every single one of them motherfucking snaps, someone's in the neutral zone. And in my opinion, this highlights the bigger issue that I have with the current play, which is not that if the Eagles are good at it, the Eagles are good at it. I don't. That's neither here nor there to me. And a lot of people are going to use this as an excuse to try to get this particular play ruled out of the league. That's not what I'm advocating for. Some officiating is needed though, and I think that that's where I would like to see a larger conversation to have. It's like, listen, at the end of the day, statistically, if there's 7 snaps of the same play in a game, and not one of them snaps is a penalty, even though on at least 3 of them, and some people say 4, is a false start or a lost Corey. Hold on, let's get my boy back. Hold on. Hey,
If we still record, I want y'all to know. You see what happens when you start talking about the tush push?
that's
Things go wrong.
that's crazy. That's crazy because I didn't even touch it. I was just
Things go wrong.
So, but as I said, at the very minimum, there needs to be just a closer observation by the refs on the actual ruling of this play. You know, Corey, I don't want to be like facetious and be like, you know, it don't matter what happens, blah 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 blah. The Eagles are. I'm being real, bro. The Eagles are good at the play, and that's it is what it is. At the end of the day, if there's a penalty, there's a penalty, and that's all I care about. And if it's good for the Eagles, okay, whatever. If it's bad for the Eagles, okay, whatever. Just call that shit straight down the line, bro. Like, that's my only ask. If there is a bigger, larger conversation, I can't be in control of that, but I will be in control of at least this conversation, which is there's got to be some penalties throughout a game in which this play is done more than that's a play call that they're calling more than any other play in their playbook. 7 times in a game. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, Corey, I'm gonna let you do what you gotta do. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you.
Go ahead.
I will let y'all know that it did get a little testy in there. And granted, I was in my friend group. I'm trying to be a better human being. The good Lord has put on my heart that I should be slow to anger,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it got the best of me. So I had to come out and apologize. They didn't deserve that. I was displacing my anger for all the things that I have seen. Because here is my thoughts on the tush push.
Uh,
I'm looking at all of the referee, and I for the stats that people watch, I be watching them stats too. I also, because I love officiating of the game and the rules of the game,
hmm.
I go look at the referee stats as well because you can look them up.
Yeah.
You can go to NFLpenalties.com. You can look up by referees, by games, how many flags they threw for what, how many of them get typically dismissed or like displaced,
Reverse after
meaning
the game.
yes or
Yeah.
something like that, right? Like what was the right call and not, and it's still very low,
Sure.
right? That they get the answers wrong to what they are officiating. So here's my thing. Every excuse that people have came up with to ban the tush push in general, and so there's a little bit of carryover,
Sure.
has been, I think, an abysmal attempt to ban the play. It doesn't look pretty. That's abysmal. It's not safe. Well, there's no data that says that it's not safe or more unsafe than any other football play. I actually could make an argument that it's actually a safer play than most football plays, but I'll get into that
I
later.
feel like Jordan Mailata would disagree with you because he has been verbal about how he fucking hates that play.
He
'Cause
hates it because it's
it
tiring.
hurts
That's what he
because
said.
it hurts.
Yeah, but something hurting and something not being safe, two
Sure,
different
sure,
things.
agreed. Yeah,
So that's fine. So here we go. It's the Chiefs, and rather than focus on the other things that the Chiefs did poorly, we want to focus on the tush push. And so people are saying, well, they lined up the offsides or in the neutral zone. Well, the best angle that we can get is one that we don't have. Why do I say that? Because the officials who stand on the sideline are are in the middle of the neutral zone, so they are watching the neutral zone. It is impossible unless there is a cone that is placed in between their thighs, or where they're wearing meta glasses, I guess you can say, for us to get the angle that would show if somebody is in the neutral zone or not. So that's number one. Now, the false starting, again, we have to look at things that happen in real time. Anytime we go back and slow down stuff, I can probably find false starts on a lot of plays. I can also find, remember when everybody was doing they thought Lane Johnson was false starting by lifting his leg
yeah,
before the play?
yeah.
You can make an argument for some of them, not the ones that are going forward. I think there's maybe two that as an actual false start. Third one gets a little iffy for me. But again, I'm not looking at the people who have the best judgment to call the penalty on the play are the officials. Now, if your critique is I want them to officiate it better, call false starts, that's fine. I have no problem with that, but that's not a tush push thing. That's a bad officiating thing because
Yeah.
I need them to officiate the game better, not to play better. Because I'm going to levy that if you didn't call false start on the tush push, you weren't calling false start for other plays as well when people were false starting. That's not an incredible leap.
I
So
agree with that.
yes,
I agree with that.
bad officiate. But that has, to me, that's detached from the tush push, right? I can't control that as a coach and as a player. When I line up to do the tush push, I can't control if the referee is going to call it correct or not. That's any play. Any play I line up,
Yeah.
if I get an illegal formation or anything else, I can't control whether or not the official is going to call it the way it's supposed to be called. So us nitpicking that, to me, is doesn't make much sense because they probably miss other plays in that same game, and some of them are probably against the Eagles, and some of them are probably against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But you have a pick. You're driving the Chiefs go down the field drive. They're about to score, and they throw an interception.
Hmm.
That wasn't uh, uh, um a play that affected the game.
No, I did. Oh
It's
yeah,
the
a
tush
hundred
push.
percent.
So why are we focused on the tush push?
Here's the thing. Because I agree with you 100% when it comes to the play being unfairly critiqued. Um, because you're good at it. Like your team's good at it, and I think the rest of the league is starting to be like, all right, well, like statistically, if we make them get rid of this one play, they're probably gonna lose a few more games. Or at the very least, their strategy has to change on short yardage situations. Um, but in my opinion, it's never been about the success of the play that I have an issue with. And you know this because you've heard me talk about it frequently. The NFL refs are bad at their job. And I will stand on the fact that I don't like some of those websites with their official data because a lot like our U.S. government, and I'm not going to try to get too much into it, but it doesn't look good on them to put out some of the things that. See, goddamn, it happened again. What's going on?
Ain't no merit to talk bad about it. And look what happens, man.
I'm telling
I'm
you this
trying to
right
tell
now.
you.
What you clicking on, bro? You clicking on
I'm
something
not
that's keeping
clicking
you up.
nothing, bro. I'm not clicking nothing. All I'm saying is stop talking bad about the tush push and bad things won't happen.
Bro, the NFL trying to censor this conversation. But hey, listen, all I'm saying is NFL be better. Just be better on this play.
I
That's
can
all I gotta.
and that I can agree with. Like I
Yeah.
don't disagree, but to me it's
And
and I
it's not
don't
the
even
play.
disagree to the point of
Here's the thing.
like
I'm not mad at the players because if the players are doing what the players are doing and the refs aren't regulating the play correctly, that's on the refs. That's not on the players. That's on the refs. And I will never go out of like the Chiefs are in the neutral zone. Here's the conversation that me and you were going back and forth. So I was like, I don't understand. I I could tell you that in a lot of different views, even if I'm down the line looking at it, someone is at least a yard ahead on that one play that we watched. That one singular play that we were like talking about. A Chief is in the neutral zone, bro, because he could damn near kiss your center on the head. Like that's how close the motherfucker was. And they didn't call it, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Even if you give the Eagles that 5 yards off of
no,
that,
for sure. And I
but
know
I'm
it
just
looks
like,
like that, but here's the only reason why I say it may be different. So one of the first lessons I ever learned in college when I got to Grambling, shout out to my man Jamarcus Savage. When I got to Grambling, he was a transfer from Auburn,
mhm,
and I came out of high school. I snapped the ball. I didn't put the ball too far out when I was
mhm.
snapping. So my head was like right above the neutral zone and almost at the tip of the football. And he would be so close. And I would think he was in the neutral zone. He was not. And when I would snap the ball, he would beat me every time because he was so close to the football. And it's because I didn't have the ball out. Right? Like the line between being in that neutral zone and over that ball is very close. And so
So subjective
like a
off of where the center's lining up his head changes the perspective of where the neutral zone is. What you're saying?
where the ball is, where the tip of the ball is.
Oh,
I
okay,
got the
I see what
football
you're
back
saying.
here, but like if I have the ball out here and my helmet, it's kind of hard to see, but my helmet maybe covers up 2/3 of the ball. I have a third of the ball as room.
Yeah.
But if I stick the ball out and I've only covered up a third of the ball, now I have 2/3 of the ball as room as to be the neutral zone. So it feels like the neutral zone has widened because you can't come on this side of the ball and I've put the ball out further so I get more space. Well, on a play like the tush push,
You don't want
I'm
that much
down
space.
on exactly.
Yeah.
So you bring the ball a little bit closer, but you don't break over it, so you don't get over the ball. And you don't put your left hand on the ground over the ball either, but it brings everybody closer together. So it may look like they're offsides, but they may actually not be in the neutral zone.
That's the
It's right
see
there.
see Corey. If you explained that shit in the group chat like that, I'd be like, okay, I can understand it.
But how am I supposed to?
I get that. I get
I was
that.
animated.
You was
Things
lit.
happen.
Hey, I ain't never rage baited Corey before until we started talking about the fucking.
But it wasn't you. It was Lou. It was Lou. It
What I
wasn't
tell you,
you.
bro, he's a
It was.
mastermind of rage bait niggas, bro.
It
I
was
swear to
Lou,
God.
bro. It was Lou. When Lou said what he said, I got turned up, man. I got turned
Now
up.
you understand why I had to leave that group chat. Because I was like, bro, I can't keep doing this shit. It's
Then I
not
was like,
fun.
oh, I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping.
All right, all right,
Let
all right.
me.
We'll end off talking about the Cowboys real quick. I'll give my little monologue. Hey, Cowboys fans, can we come to the table, please? Can we come to the table, please? Can we all hold each other's hands real quick? Can we bow our heads? And can we pray out to
And
me? Thank you,
be
Lord.
thankful. I'm about to
Thank
say.
you, Lord, for Dakota Ray Prescott being the Dallas Cowboys QB1. Oh my God. You know, Lord, I sometimes have strayed from the light, and today is a day in which I like to repent for my previous discussion points on Dak Prescott, because I have been unfairly critical of him at sometimes. Sometimes he just straight pissed me off because I don't know what the fuck he be thinking, and he be making throws and he doing stupid shit, and This year, I'm starting to realize maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to stop being so critical. This game was so clearly set up to showcase how fucking awesome Dak is at being a QB.
Nah, he was cooking. He was
He
cooking.
he he was making throws that I'm gonna say. I said last week only like 3 people make throws like that. I'm gonna be real. I don't even think 3 people will be making throws like that, Corey. I think maybe Pat and maybe Dak. Because Josh makes throws. He makes really good throws, really long throws. But them tight window throws and some of the different angles and the way that he was stepping into the pocket and
I
without
know.
without any blocking that was remotely acceptable throughout the game, a total of I want to say 20 pressures in the game, which is insane. He was cooking. He didn't look like he was impacting him at all. And I'm really proud to say that I think I've come around to understand what it means for Dak to be healthy for the team. Because obviously last year he wasn't healthy. Just obviously he was not healthy.
That's
And
true.
this year he's definitely healthy. He's lean. He's definitely run in the offseason. You could tell because he's actually maneuvering the pocket and running outside and doing plays that he wasn't doing last year before he got hurt. And the game he was doing it was the game he got hurt because he hadn't been running like that in the offseason. He wasn't training like that. So kudos to Dak for being a dude, a dog, bro.
He nice. He nice.
He did some shit that I was like, God, and you know what? He did all that stuff, and he got an interception technically that wasn't even an interception because that shit hit off the ground. But I'm gonna let the Giants have it because they let us get the W. So, what we talked about a little earlier, we could talk about it now. That defense is
Yeah, what's going on, man?
bad.
My boy was getting over the top,
I'm
easy.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Sometimes it's a personnel thing, and the Giants have the right personnel on the ball catcher side of thing that just it's a bad matchup. But also on the top of it, like the what happened in week 1 was that Bland played a lot of snaps and it helped diffuse responsibility, and I believe that he's a big component of communication for the DBs. I mean that's something that's
Yeah, I
not
feel
been
that.
talked about a lot, and him not being
Hmm.
on the field impacted it a lot because I don't think Trayvon Diggs is a big communicator on the field. I think a lot of times Trayvon Diggs is focused on one thing and one thing only, and that's playing press fucking man. He ain't his own corner. If there was any evidence of that, it was the fact that he gave up damn near 400 yards by himself this game.
Nah, facts.
So, DBs, ugh, yuck, bro. Outside of I guess the one Donovan Wilson interception that sealed us the game, but overall, thank God for Dak Prescott, and you know what? Thank God for Brandon Aubrey Butters,
Nah,
just
I'm
the
about to say that's who you need to thank God for. That
goat,
boy is
bro.
a you know what happened?
Hmm.
I think he like witchcraft like Tucker's powers away from him.
his goddamn common sense. No, Corey. All right, listen. We can't keep on. Corey said it's a hard stop at 9 o'clock. He was not playing. Corey said it's a hard stop at 9 o'clock. It's not at
Nah,
nine
I didn't
o'clock.
even nah facts. I didn't even do that, but I think it's time for us to hang it up. Obviously,
Hey,
I will
hey,
say though, Brandon Aubrey did something. He must have took somebody's superpower. He a cheat code, bro.
he
I
is,
be
bro.
praying that he strained a hamstring or something.
Hell no, don't be saying shit like
No,
that.
no,
Come
because
on.
I don't want a serious injury. I don't want he can come back. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I want him to get the yips. You know,
don't
like
even
Jake
play.
Elliott last year had the yips, and then finally in the playoffs he got it together.
He did
I
have a little bit
need.
of the yips,
No,
but
he did. Aubrey can hit it. Aubrey can be in my living room right now and kick a field goal from here to the stadium.
he's the NFL version of Steph Curry, bro. It don't
It's
matter, bro.
crazy.
He automatic
It's
green light.
going in.
Corey, I appreciate you coming through another episode of Birds of the Boys. Everybody, thank you for listening. We may get this posted on a social media site at some point in time. For now, we'll just do
We'll
some
see.
clips and get it up, and then CJ's gonna fix his fucking mic and get his actual professional camera set up, and then we'll actually push out the notification that we doing this show when we doing it. Tuesdays though, 8 o'clock. Come find us here at Birds and the Boys. Okay, everybody. Peace.
Peace out.